75% of crops out there depends on bees for pollination. Without bees, we don't have anything to do on this planet. And we developed technology that can actually support and enhance bees so they can pollinate better and support the food production process, basically becoming an essential component of global food production.
How does your technology work, Omer?
So we have a sensor that goes into the beehive. So this unit sits inside the hive. We measure things like temperature, humidity, sound, and many more things from inside the hives. And that helps us to early detect and predict things that will cause those colonies to collapse if not treated on time. So we work very closely with beekeepers all year long to ensure that they can provide the best quality hives out there to the field, and the bees do the pollination process. They know what to do.
And what was your inspiration for starting the company?
Coming from cybersecurity, it's kind of a shift dealing with food security. But I think once you realize that food production and pollination is something that affects every single person on this planet, you want to see how technology can make this better. I think as we realize how fragile the system is and how much we like food, we need to understand how we can take technologies not just to the most exciting areas or ecosystems, and also utilize it in industries that were kind of left behind, I would say. And meeting one of my co-founders who is a commercial beekeeper was kind of a eye-opening, a door opening into this fascinating world, and bringing tech is just amazing.
And how do you stand out or stand apart from others that might be in this industry?
So I think as we look at agriculture, there are a lot of challenges in this specific industry, very seasonal, different geographies, different commodities that we focus on. And then in some cases, the investment that needs to be, if you're trying to shift the gaps in a very significant way, require a lot of investments. And that's where the adoption is not necessarily there to support the amount of money that we need. Our focus in the early day was to make sure that we utilize low-cost sensors in order to provide big value. So we started from inside the hive to ensuring that we can introduce strong and healthy colonies to the field, which is the most important thing. If you have no bees, you get no pollination. Later on, we utilized the same technology using the in-field sensors to actually test how well the pollination is done in the field, and then adopt different practices to ensure the process is done well. So I think the combination of trying to look at a low-cost hardware components integrated in an old-fashioned industry and working with the industry to change is kind of our model and the way that we've managed to scale very fast over the last few years.
And as you look to the year ahead, what are you focused on?
Mostly about geographic expansion and commodity diversification. I mean, we started in certain commodities in certain markets, especially in the US. And now as we expand into other territories like berries and apples and cherries and so on, we realize that the pollination challenge of each one of those commodities is quite significant. And it goes all the way up to commodities like coffee that are extremely volatile and heavily dependent on pollination. So we need to make sure that we're not spreading too thin, and we are still focused on what we do, but still bringing the goods of precision pollination as a service to other commodities out there.
Omer, wonderful to talk with you. Thanks for joining me on Floor Talk.
Thank you, great to be here.